What's up, guys? Rick here with my top 5 sleepers for this week's Houston Open. Don't forget, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be doing a live chat on the Houston Open, so we'll go through ownership, any last minute questions as things obviously evolve over the course of the week. It gives us a really good opportunity to hash it all out before lineup lock. So that's on the Rick Run Good YouTube channel. But in this video, 5 guys that I think are a little bit, or I know are a little bit deeper down the player pool, I think might be a little bit overlooked, and there might be reason to give them a second look and to consider them. Certainly, they don't eat up a large percentage of the win equity, but they might be able to round out a DFS lineup or offer a top 5, top 10, or top 20 opportunity in terms of wagering. So without further ado, let's jump into this week's sleepers. James Hahn is $8,000 on DraftKings, and he's 80-1 to win the Houston Open. And I got to admit, I finished the DFS preview on Monday, and I was just obviously continuing my research and my other obligations. And I was thinking, man, I kind of really skipped out on James Hahn, who he's having an unbelievable start to this season. So he's played 3 times in the 2021 season, and he has 3 top 10s. He finished 9th at the Safeway, he finished 6th at Punta Cana, and he finished 5th at the Shriner. So we haven't seen him now in almost a full month, and he's going to tee it up here in Houston. And not only does he have the 3 great finishes, but I like the way he's been doing it. We don't have the ShotLink data from Corrales Punta Cana, so we don't have anything there for his 6th place finish, but he gained nearly 10 strokes from tee to green at the Shriners to finish 5th. He was great in basically every single category at the Safeway Open. He gained across the board. He's on a stretch of basically like 9 out of 10 or 10 of his last 11 tournaments he's gained from tee to green. So the profile is there. He's a bit volatile, and we know he does not lack confidence. He literally thinks he's the best golfer in the world. That's his final swing thought. So James Hahn, not only good guy, but playing well at the moment. I really like his results, and I think I just completely overlooked him during the DFS video, and I thought I should carve out a spot for him here in the Sleepers vid. Denny McCarthy, he's 80-1, he's $7,900. If you have followed this channel any bit over the course of the last couple months, you know that I think that Denny McCarthy is probably the one guy trending with the trajectory that is heading towards victory here soon. Not only is he a great putter, we know that. Not only does he continue his improvement in the ball striking categories off the tee and on approach. We got a little bit of validation from the community this week, letting us know, confirming that Denny McCarthy is working with a new swing coach. So that hard work that he's putting in is certainly reaping the benefits. And he's also a bit hot at the moment, coming off a 4th place finish at Bermuda, which was boosted by, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, boosted by a final round 63 on Sunday, which allowed him to fly up the leaderboard. I like that he can go nuts. I like that he can get scorching hot at times. And I think that he is just 4 rounds away, just putting it all together from getting that first victory. I think it's going to be something special, and I think it's happening soon. So Denny McCarthy, my sleeper, or one of my sleepers for this week's Houston Open. Lee Westwood is $7,800 on DraftKings. He is also 80-1 to win the Houston Open. And I do think that there's something with the guys that play primarily on the European Tour. And I know Lee Westwood's more of a household name. He's been around for such a long time. But when they do come over and enter these PGA Tour fields with a lot more familiar names that we've been playing each and every week, I just think most people don't understand how well or how poorly these golfers can be playing, and they're always a bit overlooked. And Westwood's on a streak right now. 7 consecutive finishes, all inside the top 30 on the European Tour. That includes a T13 at the US Open. So his last couple of trips over to the PGA Tour, US Open, T13, he did in fact missed the cut at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, but the 2 starts before that, a T4 at Honda and a T22 at WGC Mexico Championship, and playing really well, obviously, on the European Tour at the moment. So to me, Westwood is a guy, there's always been the concern about the lack of winning upside. Can he actually win? He won on the European Tour at the start of 2020. Can he do it here on the PGA Tour, now in this climate? And I don't know the answer to that, but he's super solid. He never seems to play himself out of a tournament, or at least he hasn't done it recently. I like his finishes all across the globe, and I think he's someone that goes fairly overlooked in the rest of this field. All right, getting deeper down the board here, Scott Stallings is $6,900. He's 100 to 1 to win the Houston Open. He's coming off of a T26 at the Bermuda Championship, in which, excuse me, he really did get off to a bit of a hotter start. He kind of bookended good rounds. He had a shot of 68 on Thursday. He shot a 67 on Sunday. Those were his two best rounds of the week. But if you look at kind of his longer term form, again, another volatile golfer, but that's what you can expect when you're down here in this pricing range. He shows up at the Sanderson Farms just 3 starts ago, finishes 6th, gains over 8.5 strokes ball striking. Those are the signs that I want to see. And now he's on a run of basically 8 out of his last 10 PGA Tour events or measured events. He's gained strokes on approach. Obviously, critical on the PGA Tour, and the one stat that he's really poor at is putting, which is the one stat that it's generally okay to be poor at, right? There are a few occasions where he's popped off and gained a bunch of strokes with the flat stick. We saw him do it at the Honda Classic, the Travelers Championship, the Rocket Mortgage, the Wyndham Championship. The idea that at least his putter can gain 3.5 strokes over the course of 4 days is important, because there are a lot of guys on the PGA Tour who absolutely do not have that upside. Stallings, not one of them. $6,900 is fairly cheap for a guy who can hit it well. His putter can get hot, and he's got a couple of decent results in the last couple of starts. Finally, John Hahn is $6,300 on DraftKings. He's 150 to 1 to win the Houston Open. This might be the deepest sleeper I've ever included in this video. I mean, almost min price, $6,300 on DraftKings. And you have to look at the whole picture for John Hahn. He's playing on a major medical exemption right now. So he has one start since the Honda Classic. That was at the end of February. It ended March 1st. So think about how long ago that was. He's had one start since then. It was the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open. He finished T19. But what I like about that finish, and I'm going to pull this up here real quick, he gained over 6.5 strokes on approach. He gained nearly 9 strokes from tee to green. So when I look at what everyone else did in this field, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. John Hahn, in his first and only start since March, finished 6th in strokes gained tee to green at the Shriners. Now he's 6,300. I understand that I'm using literally one data point. The smallest sample size that I could possibly have. One data point for this guy. Like, I don't know. This could be a really great, if this is what we're going to get, if we're going to get a T19, if I could run back this exact same performance, I'd absolutely take it for $6,300. You could pop him in a top 20 at a pretty good number right now. He's 14 to 1 to finish in the top 10. So that probably makes him, 5.5 to 1 to finish in the top 20. Again, I understand the volatility. This is risky. He might not be that type of player, but I really like what I saw at the Shriners. If he has anything close to that this week, I think you're more than happy at the price tag. So he is my final sleeper. There you go. Sleepers for this week's Houston Open. 5 guys that I hope maybe you weren't considering. Maybe you can give a second look, decide if they are right for you or if they're good for the type of contest that you're playing. So there you go. Let me know what you think. Tweet me at RickRunGood. Leave a comment below. Best of luck this week, and I'll talk to you soon.